ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. Recent judgment you can also note down. Criminal appeal 2000 2057 per 16. Criminal appeal 200057 of 16. Bidar Urban Cooperative Bank versus Girish. This is the latest judgment where our High Court has said check issued in respect of a time barred debt does not come within the purview of legally enforceable debt. This is the latest judgment on the Vara 15 ದಿವಸ ಆಗಿರೋದು. In respect of legally recoverable debt, only in respect of legally recoverable debt, the check can be presented. Then, as I said, 143A and 148, please note the judgment of Raja versus Tejraj Surana, criminal appeal, Supreme Court judgment 1160 bar 2019. Criminal appeal 1160 bar 2019. How the amended provisions of section 143A and 148 are applied? All those complaints filed after 1/9/2018 that was introduced under Act 20 of 2018. ಯಾವ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟು 1/9/2018 ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಫೈಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆಯೋ ಆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟಲ್ಲಿ 143A ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಫೈಲ್ 143A application and not the previous complaints. That is the order passed in the Raja versus Tejraj Surana. When once the signature in the check is admitted, the entire burden is on the accused to disprove. The moment the accused says, yes, this is my check, this is my signature, the entire burden is on him. If he says he has lost the check, the check was misused, all those things, entire burden is on him. Please refer Kishan Rao versus Shankar Gowda. Criminal appeal 803 of 2018. 803 of 2018. Please also see the latest judgment, Kalamani Tech versus Balasubramanian. This is criminal appeal 123 of 21. 23 of 21. Paragraph number 15. I'll be specific. Paragraph 15 of Kalamani Tech judgment. When a signature on the check is admitted, entire burden is on the accused to disprove. Then if the accused, if he doesn't reply, what is the consequence? Please see Rangappa versus Mohan judgment 2010 bracket 11 SCC 441.
ಇದೆ ಫುಲ್ ಬೆಂಚ್ ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್.
ಯಾವುದು?
ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಫುಲ್ ಬೆಂಚ್ ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್.
ಫುಲ್ ಬೆಂಚ್ 3 judges KG Balakrishnan ಅವ್ರ ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್. Rangappa versus Mohan. ಯಾಕೆ ರಿಪ್ಲೈ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಜನಾರ್ದನ್ ಭಟ್ ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ನ ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಜನಾರ್ದನ್ ಭಟ್ ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ನ
ರಿವರ್ಸ್
ರೀಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬರೀತಾರೆ ರಂಗಪ್ಪ ವರ್ಸಸ್ ಮೋಹನಲ್ಲಿ. ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಜನಾರ್ದನ್ ಭಟ್ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ 2008 SC 1325, AR 2008 SC 1325. The accused need not enter the witness box. It is not mandatory on the part of the accused because there is a constitutional right provided to the accused. He can be silent. He can demolish the case of the complainant without entering into the witness box, provided he will cross-examine the complainant and establish the truth. If he is doing it, and that is reiterated in Rangappa versus Mohan case. Then you can refer to Shivamurthy versus Amrut Raj, ILR 2008 Karnataka 4629, with regard to establishing the defense. Doubtful transaction. How doubtful transaction is established? In that judgment, kindly go through paragraph 22, 20, 21 and 22. On one particular day, money was paid, check was collected after 6 months or some other future date. The court said the very transaction is doubtful because no man, no prudent man will give the money and keep quiet, and after so many days he will receive the check. So that was the point raised, and the High Court has held in favor of the accused. That is in Shivamurthy versus Amrut Raj. As I said, in case of joint account, only the drawer is liable, not both the account holders. This is as per the Supreme Court judgment in Aparna Shah versus Seth Developers 2013, within bracket 8, SCC 71. Okay. 138 speaks only two types of dishonors. If you read the provision 138, one is referred to drawer and insufficient funds. Only two types of dishonors come under section 138. Supreme Court has enlarged this version in Lakshmi Daikem versus State of Gujarat 2012 bracket 13 SCC 375. The Supreme Court has enlarged the version. Any dishonor referred to drawer, account closed, insufficient funds, exceeds arrangement, drawer signature differs, all those, what Supreme Court has said is, the dishonor is only a genes, various types of dishonor species. So any dishonor amounts to, you can bring an action under section 130. Any dishonor.
Check the differences.
Anything, any type of dishonor, you can bring action under section 130. Even if the drawer signature differs, even if the endorsement is signature of the drawer differs. ಅದು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ವ್ಯೂ ಇತ್ತು, ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಡ್ ಅಂದರೆ 420 ಹಾಕಬೇಕು ಅಂತ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ರೆಫರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಡೈಕೆಮ್ ವರ್ಸಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಗುಜರಾತ್. Then the service of notice. You send the notice to the correct address of the accused. There may be various endorsements. Accused, the party has left door lock. ಯಾವುದೇ ಥರ ಎಂಡೋರ್ಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರಲಿ, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಎನ್ ಆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 138. ಕೈಂಡ್ಲಿ ರೆಫರ್ ಟು 2017-1 ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಲಾ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ 653 ಪರಮೇಶ್ವರನ್ ಉನ್ನಿ ವರ್ಸಸ್ ಜಿ ಕಣ್ಣನ್. ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 27 ಆಫ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಸೆಂಟ್ ಟು ದಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ accused. If you fulfill your part of obligation by sending the notice to the correct address, you can establish that notice is served. Then come power of attorney holder giving evidence. Kindly see 2015-12 SCC 203 as to the knowledge what he has about the transaction. He can give evidence. If he has no knowledge about the transaction, he cannot give evidence. That's what it is mentioned in S.C. Narayanan versus State of Maharashtra. Insofar as maintainability of complaint without making the company as party, the company is not made as party, whether complaint is maintainable. And section 141, all the persons involved in the day-to-day affairs of the company are compulsorily to be made as parties. This is in Anita Hada versus Godfather Travels 2012 SC 2795. SC 2795. Then comes the award, Lok Adalat award, where 138 proceeding is referred to Lok Adalat for settlement. What is the consequence? If a 138 matter is sent to Lok Adalat for settlement, if a settlement is arrived at through Lok Adalat, it is a deemed decree under Civil Procedure Code. You can execute the award as per section Order 21, Order 21 of CPC in a civil court. It is a deemed decree. The local Adalat award is a deemed decree. You can execute in the civil court. You can see the judgment of Govindan Kutti versus Shaji 2012 SC 719. 719. SC 719 Govindan Kutti Menon versus Shaji. ಕೆಲವು ಡೈವರ್ಜೆಂಟ್ ವ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹೈಕೋರ್ಟ್ದು. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 421 CRPC ಅಂತ. ಬಟ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಮೈ ಓನ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ that is pending in Supreme Court, where the Supreme Court has stayed. Very recently it is stayed 68 criminal appeal 68 of 22 Supreme Court ಅಲ್ಲಿ 22. ಬ್ಯಾನಿಯನ್ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಅಂತಿದೆ. ಬ್ಯಾನಿಯನ್ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬ್ಯಾನಿಯನ್ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ವರ್ಸಸ್ ಶೆಲ್ಲಿ ಪೀಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಆ ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ single judge viewna the Supreme Court has stayed now. This pending before the Supreme Court. Then comes the appeal. The cognizance, the very cognizance taken by the learned magistrate can be challenged before the next court, that is the district court. You can challenge the very taking of cognizance for any reason. ಡಿಲೇ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಯಾವುದೇ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಕಾಗ್ನಿಜೆನ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ರಿವೈಸಬಲ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 397. You can see there are 3 types of orders that can be passed that you don't come across generally. Number 1, interlocutory order. If an interlocutory order is passed by the magistrate or any court, there is no appeal provided. Insofar as interlocutory order passed by the magistrate, you can file criminal petition under inherent powers under section 480. In case of final order or intermediate order, you can file a revision. So what is intermediate order? Final order, you know. What is intermediate order? Intermediate order is an order which, if reversed, the very proceedings should be culminated. How? The magistrate takes cognizance, you file a revision. The revision is allowed. The proceedings before the magistrate will be terminated. Those types of orders are called intermediate orders, which has the effect of terminating the proceedings if it is reversed. So that is explained in Madhu Limaye versus State. Then the 2 more sections are left. It is section 18 in the Act, which says amount in words are to be taken into account. You are checked, suppose you have written in numbers, you have written as 5 lakhs, but in words if you have said 50,000 only, that 50,000 only will be taken into account, not the 5 lakhs. That is section 18. Then is section 25. Section 25 speaks about if the date of presentation or date of issuance of notice, anything, any date, if it is declared as a holiday, the next day you can give issue notice. ಈಗ ರಜೆ ಈಗ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಅನ್ಟುವರ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಸಾಯ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾರನ್ನ somebody dies, the government will declare holiday under NI Act, that is section 25. The next working day will be counted. So these are the few points for your examination view. If you have any doubts, you can please ask.
148 is raised. Can you repeat it?
20% of the compensation amount. Suppose check is, as I said, 5 lakhs, compensation is 6 lakhs. So 20% of the compensation has to be awarded to the complainant. Mandatory is 60 plus 30, totally 90 days time they recorded. 90 days time they 60 plus 30. Within 60 days from the date of the order or within such period not exceeding 30 days as may be directed by the court on sufficient cause being shown by the appellant. So 60 plus 30, 90 days time in the deposit market. And then one more important aspect is, if the compensation is not deposited, what will be the effect on the appeal? The compensation, whether before the trial court or before the appellate court, what will be the consequences?
May be dismissed.
No, you are wrong. It can be treated as a separate miscellaneous proceedings under section 421 and money can be recovered and appeal or the complaint can be independently dealt with.
Criminal petition.
ಅದನ್ನು ಕ್ರಿಮಿನಲ್ ಮಿಸ್ಲೇನಿಯಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಂಡು 143 ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ಸೆಪರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಿಸ್ಲೇನಿಯಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನ ರಿಕವರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ.
One more suit file ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅದನ್ನ
ಅವರೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಟ್ರೀಟೆಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಮಿಸ್ಲೇನಿಯಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್.